Hercules, Hercules. MacMean, true story or stories ain't. You already know. You know what I'm saying? This is what a female sociopath looks like in a police interrogation. Let's see what that do.
My team and I always...
And all right, here we go. Let's see what this woman talking about here, man. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. She's singing Amazing Grace, by the way. She's singing Amazing Grace, by the way. Rest in peace, young dog. Little Mario, what's up?
Ryan Carter Poston was born on December 30th, 1982 in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. He had 3 younger sisters, Allison, Kath.
Fort Mitchell, that's literally like maybe about 5-10 minutes away from where I'm at.
And Elizabeth.
Ohio and Kentucky is crazy places, man. Let me let y'all know. Boys and girls, stay out of Ohio and Kentucky.
Carter. Ryan attended Blessed Sacrament School in Fort Mitchell. He later attended Indiana University, where he triple majored in history, geography.
Indiana too is 10 minutes down the block.
Geography and political science. Once he graduated from college, he went to law school at the Sam Chase College of Law at Northern Kentucky University in Highland Heights. After completing his Juris Doctor degree, Ryan began working as an attorney in Cincinnati.
This is why I stuck out, Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? All of this is right in the same area. I worked in Fort Mitchell for 4 years.
Ohio. In 2011, Ryan, who was 28 years old at the time, met 19-year-old Shayna Hubers on Facebook.
Messing with them young joints. She was 19, he was 28, 9 years older. That's where them psychos start at.
Facebook.
Assuming sociopaths.
Ryan and Hubers began dating soon after. At the time they began dating, Hubers was a psychology student at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. She graduated cum laude and was pursuing a master's degree in school counseling. The couple reportedly had a volatile relationship and broke up several times over an 18-month period. On October 12, 2012, Shayna went to Ryan's apartment uninvited in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
Okay.
Neighbors heard loud yelling back and forth between them as Ryan was heard telling her to get out. That night, Ryan had a date with Miss Ohio 2012 Audrey.
Oh, so that night he was about to have a date with Miss Ohio. Shorty come to the crib. You know what I'm saying? I ain't having none of that. Let's go.
Bold. He planned to meet her for drinks and to play pool at a local bar, but unfortunately, he never showed up. After neighbors heard screaming, they heard a loud gunshot followed by 5 additional shots shortly after. About 15 minutes later,
that 5 additional shots is where this case, you know what I'm saying?
And dialed 911.
I killed my boyfriend in self-defense. Okay, where are you at? I'm at 12 Meadow Lane. I was by Kentucky. 41077.
She was making sure he ain't go on that date.
12 Meadow Lane, are you in a house or an apartment there? It's an apartment. It's apartment 3. Is it Meadow, anything else, Meadow View or something? I'm 12 Meadow Lane, you're my children's self-defense. Okay, tell me again what unit you're in. It's not showing my computer. Okay, you're 12 Meadow Lane, unit.
She had her self-defense thing all down pat.
What did you kill him with?
She went to his house and he was going on a date with Miss Ohio that night. No, look, get up out of here, shorty. You know what I'm saying? And
tell me where the gun is right now. The gun is in the house. Where that? Tell me where it's at. I'm laying on the bookshelf. Where at? Laying on the shelf? On the bookshelf. Where are you?
oh, this panic is so fake. This panic is too fake for me.
And how long ago did you shoot him? I don't know, 15 minutes, not even that long. 10 or 15 minutes ago? Yeah. you're gonna stay on you're gonna stay on the line with me, okay? Because this is what we're gonna do. The officers don't want me to stay on the line with you, so when they get there, they're gonna want to know where that gun is. I want you to get out safely too, okay? Okay, are they gonna arrest me? Ma'am, I don't know what they'll do. We're gonna send them out. I'm gonna stay on the line with you, okay? I mean, I'm not a murderer, ma'am. I'm just a killer. What happened?
You are a murderer. He beat me. Hit that like button on the way. Says he was right in front of me and he reached down and grabbed the gun and I grabbed it out of his hand and pulled the trigger.
Okay. All right. Do you need an ambulance? Have you been injured? I'm not injured, ma'am. I was thrown into the side of the couch. Okay. And how old is he? He's 29. He'll be 30 on this. He would have been 30 on December the 30th. All right. What's his name? Ryan Carter posted. He's an attorney in Cincinnati. Okay. And then you have a
Drill time.
violence with him? Yeah. Okay. And is this your gun? No, this is his gun. He keeps loaded guns in the house. So he slammed you into the couch, but you don't have any injuries? I don't have any injuries. I was just very frightened. He's a lot bigger than me. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. I'm 5'8", 120. And he picked me up and was carrying me out of the house. And I said, let me get my things at least if we're gonna break up. And he wouldn't let me get my things. And when I reached around to try to get my things, I can hear myself echoing in the background, ma'am. It's just the phone system. The phone system has got a delay. And in the middle of him doing something with his arm or saying something crazy, shot him. And I thought, oh my God, what have I done? You know? And he was laying with his face on the table, like twitching. And so I knew he was going to die a very slow and painful death. I knew he was already dead. You know, within the next 20 seconds, in the next 2 minutes, I knew he was going to be dead. And he was in a lot of pain. He was twitching, he was moaning, but he was ultimately dead. And so I shot him enough times to kill him so that he wouldn't suffer.
What?
Which was a few more times.
I ain't know this.
I shot him twice. Thought he completely
So
dead.
you wanted him dead.
Twitching and making noises. And I shot him in the head. I probably should have left it there, but I knew he was going to die.
Man, so she basically saying like I shot him mad times, but I made sure I had he was suffering and he was twitching and stuff, so I shot him in his head just to put him out. Man. Hit that like button.
And I knew, oh no, he would have died.
Well, he would die.
He was dying. But I just walked around the table and shot him where I knew he would die immediately. Just that. His obsession with God killed him. You know?
Wow.
I'm so Democrat.
She basically saying that I'm so Democrat I would never touch the gun. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of killers around the world. Just from more added to the list. What a shame. Just one more. That's right.
I would have never touched a gun in my life.
But she's trying to say that basically him having guns in his house is what got him killed. That don't make no sense.
Table and shot him where I knew he would die immediately. Just that. His obsession with God Killed him.
That's what I'm talking about. His obsession with guns killed him. Bitch, you the one that killed him.
You know, I would have never, I'm so Democrat, I would have never touched a gun in my life until I did.
One of the commonalities of a sociopath is pathological lying.
There we go.
Here, Shayna states she's never held a gun until she met Ryan, yet about a year prior to meeting him, she had posted this picture of herself at the gun range.
This is the one that never touched a gun before. You know what I'm saying? Never touched a gun. And she over here with the, like a M4 something. With an M4, it looked like. Hit the like button, man. This ain't Kwame Brown. This ain't Hassan Campbell. This ain't hot sauce. She never picked up a gun in her life.
On her Facebook profile, this is an example of a sociopath naturally lying
This is a profile. This ain't just a random picture.
to make themselves appear as the victim.
Some of us dealing with some sociopath women, man. We don't know that. We don't really know. You think it's cute, you know what I'm saying? When she try to stab you, you feel me? You think it's kind of cute, you know what I mean? Man, baby crazy, man. My girl try to kill me, man. You know what I'm saying? Until she really get it off. You sleeping one day and she put your lights out. You know she wasn't gonna rap because she only got a coffee. She ain't got no sandwich there, no Coca-Cola, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just a sandwich. Yo, she's singing.
He had put his arm across the table, and there's a lamp. And he had put his arm across the table and had it in my face and was screaming at me at the top of his lungs after he had turned me around the room. And was saying emotionally to me, I hate you. I hate everything about
I hate everything about you.
He was screaming and he had his hand on the table, and he wasn't completely standing up. He was like this. He was sitting, he was announced it, and he was like this. Literally. That's when I knew it was dad.
Oh my God, this one right here is different.
Close to it and twitching. And I couldn't, I let him, I still, even though it hurt, I still, that's when he loved it.
He was sitting down. She went to his closet while he was sitting there telling her, yo, get up out of here, man. You know what I mean? Like, you over here, man. I'm about to go on a date tonight, man. You bugging. She went in the room, grabbed one of his gats, came back and lit him up while he was sitting down. And he was like this, like leaning over, you know what I mean? And then she put the gun to his head and blew his shit off. Crazy.
I couldn't stand to watch him twitch and he was going to die or have a completely deformed face. He's very vain. One of our last conversations.
Wow. I couldn't let him have a deformed face. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's so vain. He would never be able to live with the, you know what I'm saying, the bullet hole that I just put through his face. But he was still alive, so I had to put him out, though. You know what I mean? For his own good.
Patients we had that was good was that he wants my best friend at the dentist to do with the mirrors.
So, oh, God, she's going deep.
That was that he wants my best friend at the dentist to do with the mirrors and wants to get a nose job. Just that kind of person. And I shot him right here.
She's true. He wanted to get a nose job, so I shot him in his nose. I'm not making this up. Listen, my bad.
Just that kind of person. And I shot him right here. I gave him his nose job. He wanted.
Wow. I don't believe she just said that. I was just bugging. I did not anticipate that just now. I got to make this bigger. Pause. Listen what she said. Say he was vain. I show up. Just listen to this.
One of our last conversations we had that was good was that he wants my best friend at the dentist to do with the mirrors and want to get a nose job. Just that kind of person.
He's that kind of person.
Right here.
And I shot him right here.
I gave him his nose job. He wanted.
I gave him the nose job he wanted.
I broke it.
I broke it.
I'm not your typical murderer. No, not someone that you see on. He said, you're just the hillbilly from Florida. And I am. If the hillbilly came out of me, I took it.
Said the hillbilly came out of me. He said I was a hillbilly, so it came out of me. This one here deep.
I did. Yes, I did.
I did it.
I believe.
Shayna was indicted for Ryan's murder on December 20th, 2012. On January 16th, 2013, she entered a plea of not guilty to the murder charges. 2.5 years after the incident, Shayna's murder trial began on April 13th, 2000.
Let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all a female that describes this. Let's check this woman out. Check this woman out right here. I like her.
She's not just being a witch, she's actually a sociopath. And in this video, we're going to peel the onion of the female sociopath, exposing the deep, dark-rooted traits, their malicious techniques.
I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I only put this woman, because she's a woman.
And some of the signs you need to look for in case she runs across your path. Stay tuned.
Big shout outs to this woman. Let me give her a shout out. You know what I'm saying? This is Intuitive Vibes Narc Survival 101. My boy Latin Payne love this channel.
The female sociopath. Yes, I finally decided to make another video about it. Believe it or not, I did make a video when I first started this channel a while back, and it actually had gotten so much attention and so many responses that I was inclined to make another video, but to go a lot deeper than my original video. I covered most of the bases, but this time it's going to get deep. And of course, guys, I do have to give you this disclaimer. I am not a medical professional, okay? I am still currently in my
Oops, my bad.
Okay, I am still currently in my studies with psychology. I'm still understudying, so I am not a professional. This information is general information. It's not meant to replace mental health care. It's not meant to diagnose anyone. It's not meant to tell you what to do.
I like this one right
general
here.
information on some of the signs that you need to look for. And this is all based on studies. It's based on studies. It's based on research. And of course, in my case, some personal experience. But always seek professional help if you need it. And if you are currently seeking professional help, continue to do so. Also, I have a list of numbers in the description box below for any type of professional help that you may need. It's national numbers. You can call any of those numbers if you really feel you need it. So guys, let's get into it. Now, the female sociopath. One of the things that we have to understand when it boils down to a female sociopath is that they are the same as a female narcissist, yet different. Now, I've gone over this in my first video of the female sociopath, and I'll link that video at the end of this one. One of the biggest difference is the female sociopath, the level of the personality disorder on the spectrum that they're on is different from the spectrum level of the female narcissist. Now, everyone knows that a female narcissist is all about gaining attention, admiration, adoration. They're very self-centered, very selfish, self-seeking, conceited types of females. The female sociopath is the same. However, they don't do it for the attention. Most of the time they do, but not only for the attention. They do it for power. I've referenced the female sociopath as being the Black Widow spider. She's the darker, extremely darker version of a female narcissist. And I stick with that. Trust me. A female sociopath on the spectrum suffers a form of antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. As with most sociopaths, well, actually all sociopaths, if I really think about it, they suffer antisocial personality disorder. And this type of personality disorder is pretty much reflective of very extremely horrid mood swings, deviousness, pathological lying, manipulation, you name it. That is where the female sociopath lies. Now, they land on a very dark triad, okay? And what it is it's a triangle of complete and utter darkness. Now, the people on this spectrum, simply put, have no regard for anyone. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about anything pertaining to you. They only care about themselves. Their motto is think of number one. Okay, so they're number one in their eyes. They're number one in their life, and they don't care whether it be their children, whether it be their lovers, family members, or even friends. They're complete violators. They violate your boundaries. They violate your trust. They violate your bond. They violate your relationship. They violate everything and anything that they feel is not serving them a useful purpose. Now, when you hear the word triad,
I was saying that Venezuela, you're going to have to chill because I see my man IP just capped you. You might need to get on live.
the first thing that would pop in your mind is a triangle. And if that was what popped in your head, you were absolutely correct. A female sociopath falls on this triangle. And this triangle is consisted of three very dark traits. You have sociopathy, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. Machiavellianism is a term used to describe someone who is very cunning, very conniving, manipulative, no scruples, no care in the world. She is the type of female that will, ladies, sleep with your boyfriend and not care about how it affects you. And not only would she sleep with your boyfriend, but she will probably put those types of innuendos in front of your face, giving clear indication that she is messing around with your boyfriend, although not really giving it to you straight. And this, of course, would be tormenting your brain because these are little seeds that she's putting in your head. Now,
That's deep what she just said. But what's even deeper is that like button. Hit it, hit it.
You may go and try to approach the person, and of course, they will gaslight you. So, though you are just trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of things, they will gaslight you and put other things in your head. Oh, you're crazy. Why would I do that? You're my friend. Don't think like that. I was just joking around. What? We can't just joke around. You take things too seriously. You are just too sensitive. I guess I can't joke with you. Things to that effect. And that sounds familiar, right? Sounds like a female narcissist. Only the sociopath really is not only doing the things that she's doing, but she's plastering it all in front of your face, all while just making you feel like you're going crazy for even thinking that she would do that. Now, those sociopaths are known to being extreme charmers, which is kind of hard to believe considering the type of personality.
Lucky my man Latin Payne put me up on a lot of stuff. Let's finish looking at this interrogation real quick. It's not that long because they took the highlights of it. And this one right here.
2015. She had remained in the Campbell County Jail since her arrest, unable to meet her bail.
She laid up. She laid up for 2 years fighting that case.
Accusers argued that the motive for the murder was that Ryan wanted to end the couple's relationship. The defense attorneys continued with their contention that the shooting was in self-defense and that Shayna was a victim of domestic abuse. As part of their case, the prosecution, by Michelle Snodgrass, put on text message evidence that showed Shayna's obsession with Ryan. Several witnesses, including Ryan's family members Audrey Holt and Shayna's former cellmate, testified for the prosecution.
The status was my son wanted her not to be around. The status
A cellmate. That means she was up in there running her mouth in jail.
was she kept coming around. And I said, if you leave now, maybe in the future, you two can get together. Because I have found that life is about timing. And I said, your timing is just not right.
Peter Carter testified that the day before his son's death, Ryan told him about an upcoming date with Audrey and was afraid to tell Shayna about it. Audrey stated that on the night of the murder, she and Ryan had planned to meet at a Milford, Ohio bar for drinks at 9:30, and that she had been looking forward to it.
I found him very entertaining, and
Oh yeah, that's Miss Ohio right there.
led me to
He's about to go on a date with her. Shorty was like, nah.
accept an invite to go on a date with them.
Shayna's former cellmate, Cecily Miller, also testified.
What defense did she tell you she intended to pursue?
The white battered syndrome.
Wife-battered syndrome is a pattern of signs and symptoms displayed by a woman who has suffered persistent intimate partner violence.
Oh, that was her, and that was her a cellmate. Big girl, like, I'm getting up out of here. This one talk too much. What's up, Bray?
Whether psychological, physical, or sexual, from her male partner.
And did she tell you, what did she tell you she was going to claim had occurred to support that defense?
That he beat her and raped her, sodomized her.
And did she tell you whether those things were true?
That was not true. That's what she was going to say for her defense.
Miller also said that Shayna discussed legal strategy with her, saying she was going to plead insanity, but she was too smart because she has the IQ of Einstein. She said that Shayna bragged about killing her boyfriend, saying that she laughed about shooting Ryan in the face and
Man. Venezuela said he'll wipe it.
that she laughed about shooting Ryan in the face
She's
and giving him the nose job he always wanted. Shayna did not take a stand in her own defense, but she relied on her police interrogation tape in which she maintained the killing was in self-defense. On April 23, 2015, after 5 hours of jury deliberation, Shayna was found guilty of Ryan's murder. 4 months after.
how much time y'all think she got? She don't look too happy now.
After being convicted, she was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. Let's get back to this. Let's look at this one. Totally opposite. Let's go. You know me. I'm all over the place. It's a good thing.
What did I do in the 7 minutes? I leaned over my soon-to-be husband's body.
Shot.
That's what you
This the name of this is what this is called when an interrogation goes wrong. So this is the exact opposite. This is when a cop is on some bullshit. Watch this one. This one's funny, y'all.
shot.
Black cop too.
Michael Burnside was born in November
Oh man, this one's different.
9 in San Antonio, Texas. After attending Lake Highlands High School in Dallas, Michael graduated from Stephen F. Austin University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications.
Okay, let's
He
move
enjoyed
on.
hunting, fishing, and spending time with his family and many friends. His family and friends described him as a lover of life. Good Nate and Jeff were having some drinks at Michael's home in North Dallas.
Here we go.
An argument ensued between Michael and Olivia after Michael and Brian were planning a bachelor party in Vegas for their friend Jordan. Olivia got upset after telling Michael she didn't want him to go because she knew what kind of things happened at those parties. Olivia then stormed off into the bathroom as Brian decided it was a good time to leave to let them work things out. At around 12:31 a.m., a gunshot was heard. Officers arrived on the scene sometime around 12:41 a.m. One of the men that arrived was Detective Dwayne Thompson. Dwayne, standing at 6'2", was the
Tell me he don't look like that dude from You Think You Tough. It's even him or yeah. You think you? I didn't ask you that.
Described as a charismatic man with a powerful, deep voice. Raised in Ohio, Thompson spent 5 years.
Ohio. Ohio. I told you niggas ain't playing out here.
In the Army, and after being honorably discharged in 1991, he joined the Dallas Police Force. He first worked in patrol and then spent 10 years as a detective in the Robbery and Property Crimes Division before being
You think you tough.
promoted to homicide.
Hit the like button.
In 2008, he was featured on the reality series The First 48, which premiered on A&E. One of the episodes
that gassed him up. He think everybody guilty now.
Featured and received over 2 million views and was the show's most watched episode at that time, where he solved the case without ever discovering a body. He was so compelling in front of the camera that the producers believed he looked like a television actor playing a detective. When Thompson arrived, he noticed the smell of chemical products on both Olivia and Brian. He proceeded to ask them questions about the incident and then told them they would have to be taken in for additional questioning.
Okay. I need for you to take me through this evening, okay? Step by step, so we can kind of figure out what happened. All right? I've already talked to Brian and he's gone. Take me through this evening.
Well, we had a normal day. We went. We drank.
I'm sorry.
We did drink. We went. He washed my car for me. Brian came over to help him install the dishwasher and some of the other appliances. And they started talking about guns and just stupid something.
You started talking about what, man?
Guns and just stupid funny.
Okay, man, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
You said you started talking about what?
They were talking about a birthday party.
Okay.
My birthday just passed in March and it wasn't the best event. And they were talking about Jordan's birthday party and it kind of upset me. And when Brian left, Mike and I got in a little argument about it.
So,
Olivia has just stated her narrative on the series of events that transpired before the shooting. She claims they were intoxicatedly arguing because she was upset that Michael and Brian were planning a birthday party for their friend Jordan. She states she was upset that she didn't get anything for her birthday about a month prior because Michael told her he was low on money.
okay, then take me from the time that Brian left. Brian left.
Probably literally
I can't understand.
5 minutes, 10 minutes from the time he left. I was in the bathroom.
You and him were in the bathroom?
No, I was in the bathroom taking my makeup off and getting ready to go to bed. And he continued the argument.
Well, explain the argument. I mean, what was he arguing about? I mean, what was he saying?
That he didn't have money for my birthday and that he owed taxes and he was stressed out. It was stupid. He was stressed out about taxes that he owed and mortgage and stupid, just a really stupid argument. He left the room and then I heard like what I thought was glass shatter really loud. And I had the water running, so it was kind of a faint. And I went into the kitchen. And he was on the floor.
Salute Game of Death. He said having a few drinks. Drop the link, Mac brother, please. Oh no, game. Not the Game of Death. All right, let me drop the link for the Game of Death.
There was blood. I didn't notice it was a lot of blood. And I saw glass on the
Thank you, Mario.
floor. And so I
cop, and he ain't gonna play. He gonna get right down to business. Let me go to the part. Oops.
This is the checkers game where
My bad. You little putos. Yo, where's little puto at, man? He was sneak dissing me the other day.
Most guilty suspects would instead be focusing on Pre's mid-expression.
You shot.
Okay,
Step
wait.
further. 8 seconds later.
Here we go.
And what I'm saying to you is,
right here.
And so I went down next to him. Are you okay? Are you okay? And then I saw a lot of blood. A lot of blood.
Notice her emotional reaction to recalling what she saw. She appears to be trying to hold back, bursting into tears because she's having a hard time recalling the moment when she saw Michael's body.
Oh God, this is not.
She don't seem guilty at all.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Definitely different from that crazy joint we just seen.
back up just a little bit, okay? So, okay. And what I'm saying to you is,
You think you tough.
he was shot at 12:31 a.m. Can we both agree on that?
Probably, yes, we can agree because
You didn't call 911 until 12:38.
okay,
7 minutes later.
okay.
What did you?
This assertion was the detective's leading piece of evidence against Olivia. After car logs were obtained from her cell phone records, it was proven that she had called Brian less than a minute afterwards to heard a gunshot. She then called the police about a minute and 20 seconds later. The detective purposely framed the 7-minute break by having her agree that she heard the gunshot around 12:31, while knowing she made the call to the police.
Incredible.
Got any drugs or weapons on you?
No. I didn't do nothing.
You think you're tough? Think you're tough, huh? Oh. You're scared now. I like that. This is why I took this job. I hate little motherfuckers like you. Little niggas, you ain't shit. Think you're tough, huh? Blow your head off this enforcement. You couldn't do shit.
Yo, boy, you think you tough.
Police at 12:38, therefore forcing Olivia to explain a time gap that never existed in hopes to get her to confess. This is a tactic used by detectives where they misstate the time of a certain event in order to set up a timeline that requires the suspect to clarify, and perhaps lock themselves into a new alibi. This, however, proves to be ineffective, so Detective Thompson decides to take it one step further.
Okay.
What did you do in that 7 minutes?
What did I do in that 7 minutes? I leaned over my soon-to-be husband's body.
You shot him. That's what you did.
You think you tough.
You shot him.
Hit that like button, make that joint, that type of shit.
Full 8 seconds transpired since the accusation, and Olivia's facial reaction is that of someone in utter disbelief. Her mouth widens while her hands freeze mid-expression. Someone truly guilty would have been aware that they were a suspect and have been psychologically preparing for this accusation, and how to appear innocent when confronted. They would not react in the manner of awe and disbelief because they know they did it, hence the reason they are being interrogated. Most guilty suspects would instead be focusing on how to falsely prove they had nothing to do with the crime and wouldn't be focused on their reaction to the accusation. Guilty suspects will almost always skip the denial stage.
I did not shoot my fiance.
You shot him. You shot him. Yes, this is happening.
I did not.
You shot him. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
This man made all.
It's 1 o'clock.
I don't know what happened.
You know what happened.
I don't
You
know
know
what
what happened.
I do not know what
You know what
happened.
happened in there, Olivia.
I don't
You
know
know
what
what happened in there, Olivia. Olivia, you know what happened. Olivia, you know what happened because this, you know, and I know that this don't make sense. This don't make sense.
You think you tough.
You know what happened in there. This don't add with me about what happened.
I am being truthful.
How do you go from having a bullshit argument to suicide?
I don't know.
Olivia, you should have a serious problem with
I
that.
have a problem with it. I do have a problem.
We're arguing about a goddamn birthday party. You said you were down there doing this first aid morning shit.
I didn't say I was doing first aid.
Okay, did you not know that he was still breathing?
I think.
Did you not know that he was still breathing?
Yes, he was still alive.
So don't you think that was kind of fucked up?
I don't know. What are you saying?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Like that
I'm saying to you,
I
it took you 7 minutes.
I don't
It took
know.
you 7 minutes. And you don't think that 7 minutes is wrong? You don't think that's
Yes,
right?
sir, I do. I don't know.
Could that not have been a mistake?
I don't know.
Could that have been a
Please
mistake?
don't put that on me.
I'm asking you, ma'am. I'm just telling you the facts. This is what I know. What I know is this. Right. What got his money about? You shot him. You shot him. Yes, you shot him.
Sir!
Look, you know what? Let's get this getting over. I'm ready for you to just tell me what happened there tonight. What happened?
I told you.
She innocent. He committed suicide.
What
I
happened?
told you what happened, and that is exactly what happened.
So this is how it's gonna be.
There's no other way for me to tell you.
So when you leave here, and you will leave here tonight, you will. You'll walk out the door and go wherever it is that you're gonna go. You will. That's gonna happen.
She ain't do nothing. She getting accused of killing her boyfriend that she was about to marry. He committed suicide.
And we may never see each other ever again. But one thing that you will not be able to say, no, you listen. One thing that you will not be able to say.
Man, man. Imagine what this nigga girl going through.
You will not be able to say that.
She can't do nothing. This nigga up in the phones. He's searching through the car. This nigga got lint rollers looking for dick hair. This nigga, yeah, he different.
No.
You can
I got to finish mine. No, I have to finish.
Firefighter for the Appleby Fire Department. His colleagues referred to him as kind, courageous, and the first one in the truck.
What the hell did this come from? My bad. Commercial. My bad.
What happened?
I told you.
Just take the eyes.
Then I just skip you up. You think you tough.
I told you what happened, and that is exactly what happened.
So this is how it's gonna be.
There's no other way for me to tell you.
So when you leave here, and you will leave here tonight, you will. You'll walk out the door and go wherever it is that you're gonna go. You will. That's gonna happen. And we may never see each other ever again. But one thing that you will not be able to say, no, you listen. One thing that you will not be able to say, you will not be able to say that I have not asked you, no.
You can
I got to finish mine. No, I have to finish.
Whatever you need.
I have to finish what I'm going to say here, please.
His girlfriend gonna poison his ass.
You will not be able to say that I have not said one thing to you tonight.
Why are you?
Let me finish, please.
Why are you doing this?
Let me finish. Why won't you let me finish? Would you shut up and let me finish? You will not be able to say that I have not asked you one question tonight that has not been a legitimate question. Because I'm going to tell his family everything that I know. That their son was not suicidal. They knew that their son was successful. They knew that their son had all the reason in the world to live, with or without you. With or without you. That was his house, not yours. You know, right? It was his house.
Hit that like button.
You can ready to move in.
We were building.
It was his house, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, Olivia, he didn't need you. Did he? Did he need you?
We were in love.
Did he need you?
I don't know how to answer that.
I can answer. He didn't need you.
Okay.
He didn't.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It's what I've discovered, Olivia. I've
I talked to his best buddy who was his friend for 15 years.
Okay, just because somebody makes a lot of money doesn't.
That's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, you all were not a couple who had invested together in what he had already achieved. Were you a part of his company?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Is your name on his mortgage?
No.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, you didn't live there. You might have spent the night, but regardless whether you were in the
We're
business,
not building that house.
all I'm suggesting, ma'am, is whether or not you left or whatever, his business was going to continue, correct?
Correct.
And he was still going to pay his mortgage, right? So you were not a financial partner.
I'm telling y'all, man, she's innocent, man.
You were just a female, right?
This cop is out of his mind. That's all it is. That's police misconduct. That's not good police work. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to get the truth out of somebody. You're right. But when they telling you the truth and you don't know the signs, then you're more of a problem than they are.
Right.
I think this. I'm done.
You done? You done?
I'm done.
I'm not done.
Well.
I'm not done.
Okay.
You think you run this?
No.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I don't.
Oh boy. Extreme police misconduct. He's intimidating her. Imagine if that was your daughter or your sister. You know what I'm saying? And she, you know what I mean? And her man just smoked himself in front of him.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
I think I'm a person who just lost their boyfriend.
And I think you're a person whose behavior tonight doesn't add up. That's what I believe.
I'm telling you, man, he going through somebody phone, all that.
Well,
and I'm not going to be the only one in these questions just to get to a point.
This dude right here doing the old school police work. I'm talking about. He got the magnifying glass. You know what I'm saying? He got his hand behind his back. He looking at footprints. He doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whether you innocent or not, that don't mean nothing to this man right here.
Where knowing this man, the way that you knew him,
The way you do it.
starting from the inappropriateness of my questions to the other end, was he someone, in your opinion, who would have committed suicide? Yes or no?
No.
he was not suicidal.
Okay, here we go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, Lil.
Yeah, man, it ain't working out for him.
The detective just asked someone who he believed was the murder suspect if Michael Burnside was someone that appeared to be suicidal. Olivia maintains eye contact and answers no. Imagine you were someone that just murdered your partner and you knew that the narrative you can blame their death on was suicide. You would most likely answer with some sort of supporting claim that would help prove it was a suicide, considering that was the way to
If you was guilty, you say, yeah, he was suicidal.
prove your innocence.
It's like pulling teeth.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I don't know what type of behavior would be. I don't know if people are vocal. I don't know. You're asking me a question that I don't know. All I'm telling you is that he loved life and we lived our life together.
He loved
And
life.
I know that
He loved life that much
That stumped him right there. He ain't expected to say that.
we loved our life together.
within
So I can tell
minutes,
you.
within minutes of him leaving the bathroom, where you all were discussing this birthday party, he loved life so much from leaving the bathroom where you were discussing.
The detective's narrative throughout this investigation has been based on the fact that Burnside killed himself because of an argument that transpired. What the detective fails to understand is suicide victims overwhelmingly tend to commit suicide over multiple dilemmas, not just one minor argument as the detective himself called it. Thompson's argument is flawed by his own narrative, yet Olivia remains the primary suspect in this investigation.
His birthday party, he says, you know what?
That's not what happened.
The fact that I love life, the fact that I love my girl, and that we're playing a life together, screw all that. Screw the fact that I got this business where I'm pulling down every now and then 70 grand a week. Screw that. You know what? I think I'm going to shoot myself.
I don't know the answer for you. I know. I don't know
Just stop laughing.
the answer. I'm sorry.
It's all right. There comes a point where we as detectives, we get to a point where we say, well, you know, I've done everything in my power to reason with you, and it's on you now. But we're going to take your clothes.
Okay.
And I like that. That's why I took this job. I hate little motherfuckers like you. Little niggas, you ain't shit. Think you tough, huh? Blow your head off with this enforcement. You couldn't do shit. How you feel now? Got any drugs or weapons on you?
No. I didn't do nothing.
You think you're tough? We're gonna test gunshot residue.
Okay,
And this whole thing has been recorded.
okay,
And you said that you were not in the room when he shot himself.
that's correct,
So there should be no gunshot residue on your clothes at all.
that's
Uh-oh.
correct.
All right. If there is, I'm gonna charge you with murder. I just want you to know that right now. When those tests come back, if there's gunshot residue on your hands, and you said throughout this recording that you didn't touch the gun, I asked you those questions for a reason.
Okay,
And if you do, I'm gonna charge you with murder. That's exactly what I'm doing. I want you to know that.
Got you. Copy.
I want you to know that I'll give you an opportunity to tell me if it went wrong tonight or if anything happened. Hey, shit happens all the time with couples.
Copy.
They get in arguments and fights and all kinds of bullshit, and it's justifiable homicide. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. It happens every day. It happens every day. I worked a case about a week ago where this guy shot his daughter's boyfriend and killed him. You know, because the boyfriend was doing things. It happens every day.
What you just heard was the last step of the READ technique, just called minimization. Homicide detectives typically use this technique to make the suspect feel understood by normalizing their actions as if they were justifiable. Often by
She was innocent. All right. Let's get back to the narc. Let's get back to the narc. I just want to see this girl's face. Just keeping it real. Y'all can stay or y'all can leave. I just want to look at her face. Just sounds like she's telling the truth.
Personality disorder they do suffer. Female sociopaths are not only known for their charm, a lot of them actually have problems with the law. The ASPD is classified as a personality disorder with extreme impulsivity. So a female sociopath can be extremely destructive to everyone else and of course to herself. She has no problem with having run-ins with the law, especially with those extremely impulsive behaviors. In fact, a lot of the jails, I don't know the exact percentage, but the jails within the United States, I believe it's 15%, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, are occupied by female sociopaths. They have no regard for others. So if they have no regard for people, they have no regard for themselves, they have no regard for the law either. So now with that being said, the first thing we're going to get started on with the female sociopath are the traits. Okay, and we have to understand the traits of a female sociopath. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think about a female narcissist, especially if you're very familiar with a female narcissist and their tactics and everything they've done, whether they've been your mom, your sister, your lover, your friend, whomever. And I want you to think about all of the things that you have encountered with the female narcissist. Now, in dealing with the female sociopath, you would be encountering the things you've encountered with a female narcissist, only I would say about maybe 10 times worse. Okay? Female sociopaths are known to be big charmers. They love bomb just like a narcissist does. So they will get you to fall in love with them. They will show you the false humility. They will pretty much get you to trust them. In the course of this love bombing, they're learning you, just like a female narcissist. But they're not only just learning you, they're learning, their primary concern is your weakness, your weaknesses, your doubts, your fears. Those are the things that they keep up here, mentally stored, because much like a narcissist, they put you on the pedestal, they lift you up, you think you're on cloud nine, and of course, eventually they will tear you down. Only a female sociopath, them tearing you down is a lot more brutal than a female narcissist tearing you down. A female narcissist does it for their own instant gratification, but a female sociopath does it because they love the idea of you being in pain. That's how malicious they are. Everyone else's pain actually makes them feel better about themselves. Now, let's start with the manipulation. And when you first meet a female sociopath, they're very charming and they're very modest. They seem very humble. They seem like an outgoing kind of person. You're having great conversations. Everything's cool between the two of you. You're getting to know someone and you're looking at her as, wow, she really wants to know me. She's asking so many questions. She's really digging in deep because she wants to get to know me. No, she's doing it because she wants to know everything that she can use against you when it comes to that point, when it comes to destroying you. She wants to use every single weakness. She'll take your vulnerabilities, everything that you ever confided in her with, and she will use it against you when she feels the time is right. So in the interim of getting to know this person, though you see a very humble, modest, prim and proper outside individual, deep inside, she's as cold as ice. A female sociopath is on a mission, and her mission is to destroy as many people as she possibly can, for whatever her reasons are. 9 out of 10 times, she had a really traumatic childhood growing up, and of course, she managed to just flip the script and get her way by being the devious person that she is. She's managed to destroy lives. She received some type of an outcome, some type of a result, and she just pretty much ran with it. See, a lot of people tend to fall along the societal conditioning that women are supposed to be the nurturing mothers, we're the sweet, humble pie makers at home, and we're just as sweet as honey. We're too weak to be these types of females. And female sociopaths actually ride the bandwagon on this because society looks at women as being the weaker sex. It's a lot easier for a female sociopath to be a chameleon. Now, you being in the dynamic with the female sociopath, it's kind of hard to see the signs and the tactics because you're so caught up in her web. Just like with a female narcissist, you're caught up with the charm. You're caught up with all of the affection, and all of the demure behaviors that she has presented to you. However, try catching her in a lie. Try busting her in a lie. Try pushing her in the corner and having the receipts showing her that she lied to you, or she manipulated, or she did something blatantly wrong. Trust and believe, you will feel her wrath. You will not only feel her wrath, but she will completely flip the script on you, and she will completely tear you down just to avoid accountability. But don't ever expose her on it, because if you do, you're enemy number one. And trust me, revenge will be her primal focus, and she will not stop until she has achieved it. Be very careful with that, guys. Now let's talk seduction. First and foremost, women in general know the power of seduction and the effect that it can have over men. This is why you see a lot of different women posting up online, whether it be models or just, average day females, just posting up either provocative pictures or any type of pictures that will get attention. For a female sociopath, they bank on using their sex appeal to not only gain the attention, but attain power. Power in your relationship, power in your entire dynamic. They use their sex appeal to pretty much do the work for them, because they know that their sex appeal is really going to rein either their victim or their victims. It could be plural because they can have more than one victim. It reins them in. Now, much like a female narcissist, which you do have a lot of them who use their sex appeal to not only lure in their victims, but also to hoover any previous victims that they've had. Female sociopaths use it with such power and such authority. And in fact, if you reject them, their reaction is a lot worse than a narcissist. Their reaction is, because you have to understand that when a female sociopath on this part of the spectrum has felt rejected, that means it's a loss of power. Oh my gosh, I'm losing control. My sex appeal isn't working. My advances aren't working. And it puts them in such a state of fury. And again, you reject a manipulator, a pathological liar, or someone who clearly is using their body for that attention, you're looking for torment. it's not a very pretty sight if a female sociopath is rejected, which in most cases, female sociopaths actually have a lot of male friends, friends of the opposite sex. And ladies, if you deal with women of the same sex and you're dealing with a female sociopath, then you will have a female sociopath who has a lot of female friends, but they love the attention. The attention is intoxicating for them. It not only boosts up their ego, but it fills up their power fuel, because with knowing that people desire them and people want them and people are just throwing themselves at them, that gives them that sense of, I'm better than everyone else. I have all this power. I have all this attention. And it's exhilarating for them, as superficial as it really sounds. And of course, if you're dealing with a female sociopath, because of the fact that she's able to use her sex appeal to pretty much attain the things that she wants, sex is usually on the table too. So she'll use her body to get the things that she wants. If it means sleeping with someone to get jewelry, to get money, to get clothes, fame, clout, you name it, she will use her body to attain that. Not to be confused with someone who's a non-sociopath and is very promiscuous. Be careful with that. But chances are with a female sociopath, being promiscuous is really no new feat for them. The infamous love bombing. Love bombing is something that a lot of us already know about, which is commonly used with a lot of manipulators, but it's more referenced with narcissists and, of course, sociopaths. Love bombing is pretty much the practice of overwhelming someone with admiration, adoration, whispering sweet nothings in your ear, telling you you are my soulmate and we belong together and I've never felt this way about someone ever before, and pretty much just feeding you what they think you want to hear to butter you up, to coax you. Because when anyone gets into a dynamic, a new dynamic at that, generally depending on your experience from your past, your experiences, I should say, not everybody is going to be as open and as willing in the beginning. But when you have someone who's coming on extremely strong and just really try to drop the L word within a couple of months, maybe even a couple of weeks of knowing this person, trying to really push hard to get a relationship going and really trying to overwhelm you with gifts and sweet nothings and just try to prove something to you, overcompensate in the...
I ain't gonna lie, man. I got stuck looking at this chick. I forgot I was on live. I made a whole phone call. I went up in there and started making some tea. Man, this YouTube street's crazy. It's crazy, man. This chick here.
The entire dynamic, and it hasn't even been a long period of time. That's love bombing. That's trying to garner your trust.
Latin Payne told me about the love bombing. Big shouts to Intuitive Vibes, Intuitive Vibes, Narc Survival 101. She says, please be sure to join our live chat session every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So you can see this lady every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I really like her. I'm going to subscribe to her channel right now. You know what I'm saying? Live chat for the survivor community. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put a couple people on to her. I like her. Kick your shit, baby.
Your trust and try to show you that, oh, see, I'm a trustworthy person. I'm a loyal person. I'm the kind of person that, you know, you should be with. We're soulmates. We should be together and you should be
Ben Case, salute, touchdown, brother.
Committed to me. Little do you know, you're committed to her, but she not to you. Sociopaths are classified as pathological liars. So this whole love bombing thing, this is just to gain your trust, because once she gets you in her trap, everything that you have entrusted with her is going to be used.
My man put me on to all this, but one thing he didn't put me on to was
against you. And this is, of course, when she is ready to use it against you, whether it be during arguments, whether it be during a discard, whether it be to embarrass you in front of people, whatever the case may be. She will use everything that you have ever trusted her with. She will use it against you. She will use it to erode your self-esteem. She will use it to tear you down, to emasculate you, whether you're a man or a woman. She will use it to
See that emasculation bit, you know what I mean? Emasculation is when a woman like she basically like taking away your manhood. She does things to strike at your manhood. She does things to make you feel less than a man. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, I found out that the hard way. You know what I mean?
Much.
You can never be there. You got to be self-sufficient, man. Never let somebody do more for you than what you do for yourself, man.
Put you in the spotlight of
unless you're a baby.
Extreme and utter shame and not have a care in the world about it. Speaking of lying, let's talk about some of their lying. First and foremost, female sociopaths, they have a lot of practice in deception, okay? The art of deception, the art of manipulation, the art of seduction, they have a lot of practice in it. And lying it comes second nature to them. So if they lie to you, they have a lot of different strategies under their sleeves. They're very meticulous people, okay? And even though they have a personality disorder, even though they have some forms of issues within their morality, does not mean that they're not smart people. Does not mean that they're not intelligent people. There are a lot of serial killers who were very intelligent people. They just had issues with their morals. A female sociopath is a very intelligent person. She just has a morality problem. She has no empathy. She has no care in the world. Now, if you catch a female sociopath in a lie and you confront her about it, well, you'll be met with a number of responses. She'll either deny it, she'll brush it off, or act as if it's a joke and not take you seriously. She may change the subject, or she'll deflect.
Put that shit on you all together.
She'll tell you about your wrongdoings. So even though it has nothing to do with you at that precise moment, what you're confronting her on, she will bring something up from either the past or something that you may have done.
That sounds real familiar, man. See what boy said? Sounds like a lot of. So that's why I'm a filthy whore now.
Whether it be intentional or not, she'll basically bring up your wrongdoings, your transgressions, to pretty much avoid accountability for the fact that you caught her in a lie. And of course, as every manipulator does, she will gaslight you. So she'll have you questioning whether or not you're really sane. She'll have you questioning your own memory. I never said that. I didn't do this. What are you talking about? Are you going crazy? Do you have issues? Revenge and destruction. Revenge and destruction. That is the epitome of a female sociopath. A female sociopath walks around with a very cool, calm facade. Okay, their demeanor, that's the charm, guys. Don't fall for it. Their demeanor is simply out of this world. But deep down inside, she's a very aggressive, callous, cold-hearted person. Okay? Her destruction can be so severe that she will, if she feels the need to seek revenge on someone, for whatever that reason is, she will go as far as trying to ruin people's lives. And we're talking about extremely ruining your life. Not just starting a little rumor and gossiping or whatever the case may be, like a narcissist would do. We're talking extreme destruction, where she may either get you to lose your job, you may end up in jail, or worse, she may try to cause physical harm on you, okay? When a female sociopath has revenge on the brain, she is unstoppable.
That's what my joint did. She made sure she tried to cripple you. You know what I mean? It's like the difference between somebody's prejudice and a real racist. Like a real racist person don't want to see your genetics, your color, you know what I mean, your race succeed in any kind of way. Somebody's prejudice to say shit like, that N or that cracker or stuff like that. Well, I said cracker and then say nigga. That nigga or that cracker. Type shit.
She's unruly. She's just pretty much, I'm going to get my revenge on you. However way it is possible, I'm going to do it. And she will do it with a snare. She'll do it with...
This is a woman speaking. This is a woman. Most likely, she probably an Aries, like my baby Rosie.
The coldness, the deep-rooted darkness.
She know her real name, but we're gonna call her Rosie.
That sits within her, and she will have so much.
She got the same name as my mother.
Pleasure, so much gratification, and knowing
It's like speaking to her, but just not speaking. You know what I mean? Just listening. You know what I'm talking about?
that not only did she get her revenge, not only did she hurt you, but she got away with it. Be extremely careful with that. And of course, a female sociopath, not unlike a female narcissist, is a one-woman show, which generally means that she's very territorial. She cannot see another woman doing better than her. She's very egotistical. So if she feels threatened by another woman, if she feels threatened that she's putting that other woman in the category of competition, she will do any and everything possible to try and destroy that other woman. Destroy her reputation, destroy her status, destroy her life. She is a one-woman show, which means that she is the spotlight stealer. She is the one who gets the last say. She is the one who gets any and everything she wants, which includes taking from another woman that she feels is a threat to her.
Ooh.
Sounds like someone you know.
Ooh. Talk that shit. What's this woman's name? Let me see. Said please sub. Boom, boom, boom. She's just trying to help people out. You know what I'm saying? General issue. Okay. I don't see her name. She probably say in the beginning.
And of course, her sadism. Female sociopath.
Sadism. Oh, this is going to be the most interesting part. So her name is Intuitive Vibes Narc Survival 101. NARC.
Paths are very sadistic. Her intention is to hurt you. It's not a reaction or a consequence to her action. It's an intention. Her intention is to hurt people. Now, we as empathetic people, we as people who don't try to intentionally hurt other people, know right from wrong. And in some cases, we may make mistakes in our lives where we may hurt someone, but it's not intentional. That's the total opposite for a female sociopath. Her intention is to hurt you. Her hurting you is fueling her. So just like a narcissist has narcissistic supply and they're fueled based on that superficial supply, your pain is fueling a female sociopath. Your suffering brings her pleasure. As sick as this sounds, it brings her pleasure. So if you found...
Wow. It says, yup, the non-experienced men usually wipe up the woman that are super sweet in the beginning and give good hugs, thinking it's a waiting to exhale waiting to exhale moment. Then boom, she got him. Got him. Talk that shit, baby.
Find yourself being emotionally vulnerable, crying, or feeling hurt about something. She either may fake empathy and having you think that she actually cares, but deep down inside, she really doesn't. She's actually giggling inside, which is, it just sounds sick even saying it. Or she just may not be empathetic towards you, especially if she's already used you for whatever she wanted and she's already pretty much on the verge of kicking you to the curb anyway. A female sociopath gets her rocks off on seeing other people suffer, whether it be her lover, her friends, or even her own children. This is her way of projecting her own devious trauma onto other people. Now, if you dealt with a female sociopath, or you think you dealt with a female sociopath, if at any time you should decide that you no longer want to be a part of that toxic cycle with her, that deviant behavior that she manages to project onto you, all while projecting onto the world that she's a sweet, humble, loving, caring, nurturing female, she is very, very adamant on playing the victim. If and when she's rejected, she's exacted her revenge, she got away with it, and of course, afterwards, making you look to be the villain in the situation. She has the ability to flip everything around, turning everything on to you, the actual victim. Female sociopaths, yet again, are chameleons, which mean that they can go along with the whole society thinks women are weak. So I'm going to play along with it. I'm going to be the weak.
I like her tattoos though. My bad.
Female. I'm going to be the victim in this situation. You're a man.
I don't know. Did she get that shirt? Like that shirt is like perfectly lined right there. Am I just doing too much right now?
You're the aggressor.
I'm scared of needles too, y'all.
I'm a woman. I'm the weak one. I'm the sensitive one. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier for a female sociopath to get away with a lot because of the fact that she's running with that narrative. But at the end of the day, you know what type of person she is. You know what her behaviors are. You eventually, because you don't realize all of this is going on in the interim of your dynamic. It's when you detach yourself from the situation and you actually come to terms with what has happened that you have a full understanding. I just dealt with a female sociopath. I just dealt with a female narcissist, because all of the signs were there. They just weren't present for you at the time because you were too busy having your judgment clouded. So just to recap a few things, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're dealing with a female sociopath or even a female narcissist in your romantic relationships, in your family, in your friendships, or even in the workplace, you have to steer clear of the signs. The main signs of a female sociopath starts with love bombing, which is, of course, that charming, superficial nature. It just doesn't feel. You'll know when it doesn't feel authentic, when it doesn't feel genuine, and it actually seems like, you know, she's putting on she's layering it on a little too thick for you, and you barely know her. When she asks you a lot of questions, yet she's not giving you much information about her. She constantly wants to know more about you, your life, your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, what makes you tick, what makes you who you are, yet you don't know much of anything about her. When you start to notice that the dynamics in your relationship are slowly shifting, meaning that it went from love bombing, I love yous, you're my soulmate, to slowly but surely disrespectful, talking to you condescendingly, just kind of talking down to you, giving you attitude. You know, her mask is slipping here and there. You're noticing certain things that wasn't there when you first met her. You're noticing how she's becoming a little bit more abrasive, a little bit more aggressive. She's slowly transitioning. And in this case, you may take it as, oh, well, you know, she's probably having a bad day or she's probably in a bad mood. The reality of it is that her mask is slowly coming off and her personality is seeping through, and you're getting the brunt of that. When all of the behaviors in the beginning, the respect, the love, the courtesy, I do it in quotation marks because that's exactly what it is. This was all just a ruse. This was a way to get you to trust her and pretty much just become embedded, become enmeshed with her. And over time, all of that was slowly going out the window because now you started noticing a different side of her. You're starting to notice a lot of things that, though you don't like it, you are trying to adapt around it because you're so in love with her. You're so devoted to her. You're committed to her. You're friends with her. She's your family. You understand? These things start to present itself after a certain period of time because when a female sociopath feels that she has you in her web, you're not going anywhere. And of course, when she has seen that you were accepting, because that is the dynamic between someone and a female sociopath as well as a female narcissist, especially if your dynamic has lasted for a long period of time. When she sees that you have been accepting of her behaviors because she's already conditioned you to being adjusted to these types of behaviors, staying in the dynamic with these behaviors going on, that's when things will get extremely worse because of the fact that she knows not only are you not going anywhere, but she can pretty much do what she wants and get away with it, which would include sleeping with your friends, sleeping with your family, going out doing whatever she wants to do. You can't say or do anything that she's saying or doing. You can't say anything about what she's saying or doing. You have literally no voice. And ladies, don't fall asleep on it either, because if you had a sociopathic friend, a female sociopathic friend, she will violate the boundaries of your friendship as well. She will mess around with your boyfriends if she wanted to. She will go against the grain with you. She will spread all of your secrets to everybody, to where you have people coming to you, talking to you about things that you confided only with her. How does that happen? Be very careful with it. Female sociopaths are not to be played with. They're not to be toyed with. And even though a female narcissist is in the same boat with a female sociopath will go to her wit's end. She will go to the ends of the earth to make sure that she not only has gotten her revenge on you, but you are not only humiliated, but suffering to the greatest extent. Female sociopaths are chameleons. They adapt to their environment.
Hey, I'm sorry for stealing your whole video, shorty, but you just way too interesting. I gotta get your shit popping.
They will become anything you ever wanted.
And she said she goes live. So a channel is Intuitive Vibes Survival 101. Y'all can see everything I'm looking at, right? But it was said something about what time she goes live. Okay. All content posted is free. Okay. I do finance on my own advertising research and efforts to broaden my intention, which in itself care and awareness. If you like to donate to the channel, you can send money to her PayPal is Intuitive Vibes. You know what I'm saying? Send that girl some money, man. Y'all got all that money. And she goes live to answer any question. Okay, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So y'all can see this fine ass chick right here.
And once
talk some real shit,
they have you in their web, like a fly to the spider. Once they have you raveled in their web, they will do as they please. And much like the demise of the fly, they will destroy you. Plain and simple. Well, guys,
Tuesday at 8 p.m., man. You know what I'm saying? Go check her out. Once again, Intuitive Vibes, Narc Survival 101. She said it's free material, you know what I mean? So we could do our thing. But I still want to show her love, you know what I'm saying? People that's interested in what she's saying, really go check in with her channel. You know what I mean? Also, Les, TRU, Les, talk. I already put it up. I'm gonna throw it up again. Let his subs go up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Show him some love. That's what they did with me. They show love. Well, nobody ain't show me love. I ain't gonna lie. They did me dirty. They just hated on me. I come from the old school. You know what I mean? From last year. You dig? Sad. But this is how you show love. True Let's Talk channel. I like they do late night. You know what I'm saying? They do late night thing like me. You know what I mean? We out here, puto. You know what I'm saying? Let her finish saying what she got to say.
I do hope that this video helped you. I hope it helped you in more ways than one. In whatever way.
Definitely helped me. I got to look at it again.
You needed it to help you. I hope that it gave you some bit of knowledge. Whatever you needed to know, maybe something you needed to confirm. I hope that I gave that to you. I would appreciate if you give me a like on the video, of course.
Did I like your video, boo? Yeah, y'all putos, you know what I'm saying? Check me on Clubhouse too. You hear me? And make sure y'all go subscribe to True Let's Talk. You know what I'm saying? Les, LES, Lower East Side, aka the lower deck. You know what I'm saying? My boy that used to say True Story, we used to call him anyway, didn't matter. That's who I stole. It was a dude from LES. He used to say True Story, all stories ain't true. Way back like in 92, he used to say that. You know what I'm saying? And I stole it for my channel. So you putos can understand, you know. Salute the IP, Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Tell mom what your clubhouse joint is. I don't get the clubhouse thing yet, man. I just know that they on there when you don't feel like doing YouTube, you get on Clubhouse. That's the only thing I know about it so far. I like this chick, man. I'm subscribed. Let me see what else she talking about. Check Shorty channel out, man. Let me see what type of views she be getting on her joint. Because I might not even be doing her a favor. See? She get less than 300 views on her joint, man. Let's make her thing go up. A snake doesn't change. It only sheds its skin. Whoa. She talking that talk. The wolves in sheep clothing. Calling a spade. Triangulates. Abuse syndrome. How narcs twist your words. Oh, I like that one. Let's go to that one. She looked different in this one too. So we got some. Assalamu alaikum, brother. What is Clubhouse? The new wave? That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. I did a video on it yesterday. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Ooh, man. She getting a little sip. Hold on. Let me give her a like. Just for being clean. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
She definitely looks like she's from the Bronx. I'm sorry.
Oh, hello.
Just in case you see this video later, Shorty, you know what I'm saying? We just like the way you look, man. No disrespect. You bad, baby. You bad. You bad. You bad. You bad. See? All these narcissist ass niggas out here. She don't even got a man. She looking cute for us, though.
Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay, let's move up.
I'm thinking of just doing the chats on Fridays because
okay, let's go. Let's move up. I'm sorry, Shorty. You gotta keep it funky.
Ali, do alter egos or alter whatever you want to call them from CPTSD or just PTSD. I think it is CPTSD, right?
Somebody called her Kara in the comments, so we're gonna call her Kara. Hey, Kara.
Severe than the other. Now, I believe, and I mean, listen, this is my belief. I'm not saying I'm etching in stone and that it's wrong. You know, it's completely right and it overthrows everything. I do believe that narcissism.
Wait a minute. Now I'm saying hi, Amanda. See, I don't read comment. I'm not a commentologist. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what her name is. I'm just popping names out. Let me just make this big pause.
Narcissism is a result of CPTSD as well. Okay, so even though they still make these choices to continue living their lives, doing what it is that they do in relationships, whether it be love relationships, friendships, workplace, what have you, it's still something that was ingrained within them. Now, they won't, I've had people ask me, especially on TikTok, guys,
read that comment, y'all. Nothing but the truth. 718. Then boom. There was not even no boom. I didn't even hear the boom because she definitely got us already.
You know, you guys know that you know me and I know you, and we're always in constant contact with each other. But a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions on that side too. And one person asked me,
IP got jokes. He said, look where her hairline started at. Yeah, she definitely looked different from the other video, but she's still bad as fuck. She bad, bro. You hating on her.
You know, what can you do to fix these people?
Guys, Zay, put it up there.
And I kind of chuckled, you know, I've been reading it, I chuckled, but I told the person that, you know, if you were in the relationship with this person and you were doing everything possible in the relationship, you were trying to fix them. Maybe you don't realize it. Maybe some people didn't realize it. They were trying to fix them.
She gonna see your comment, IP. You better take it back. You better take it back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Zay, put the question up.
Person, okay? You were trying to show them love. You were trying to show them empathy. You were trying to show them affection. You were trying to, I don't want to say you were trying to conform them, you were trying to change them, but you were trying to show them that there's more to it than just being black and white. There's more to it than just being miserable, being, you know, just all in your head. But I gave him my response, which was, these people do not change. If you are going to change, it's because you want to change. It's because you acknowledge you have a problem and you need to change in order to actually change. But when you're dealing with these types of people, you're dealing with people who don't see the wrongs. They don't see their actions as being wrong. They don't see themselves as being, they see themselves like, well, this is how I was raised. This is who I am. And this is just the way it is. Which is pretty much why when you put a mirror to their face, they get very, very defensive. They get very volatile because it's like you're chastising them, you know, and you're castrating them. But I strongly believe that when you do that, when you are pointing out a flaw, when you're pointing out the wrongdoings and you're trying to hold them accountable, my personal belief on it, they're envisioning the actual abuser in their life. That they're envisioning that person, and that's what's triggering them. So if, for example, you were dealing with a narcissist that was constantly criticized and constantly put down by one of their parents or maybe both, they were constantly just, being badgered. With you trying to hold them accountable for their issues and what they're doing wrong, they're pretty much kind of twisting it around, and they're basically in your position, they're putting the narcissistic parent who was, putting them down, who was criticizing them, who was chastising them, who was, in most cases, castrating them, who was basically
They said he did have security with him.
tearing them down. Constructive.
I timed out IP. How for? Our pocket timed out you. Oh shit.
The criticism and the emasculation are two different things, and these are the kind of people who take your criticism as a form of emasculation. You and I know the difference between the two, but they don't. They don't, which is why they get very, very angry and volatile and very defensive when you are trying to, because it's kind of like you're trying to change me, you're trying to control me. You're trying to...
I did that one on purpose. My bad, gang.
So, you could make a suggestion and they'll take offense to it. Why are you trying to change me? Why are you trying to pressure me? Why are you trying to do this? Why are you trying to do that? Narcissists are always there's this thing with them always being in fight or flight mode. We learn that they don't take responsibilities very seriously. They don't take commitments very seriously, okay? They're not very big. They're not very serious with commitments. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I didn't forget anyone. Okay, so Ali, my narcissist.
Yeah, that whole Dolph situation was messed up.
Abuse was with my mom. It's been ongoing since her and my stepdad got divorced, actually. Yeah, you know what? One thing I've learned, Ali, when it boils down to narcissist mothers, hi, Cicely, yes, sweetheart. When it boils down to narcissist mothers, they will always scapegoat their children. They will always scapegoat their children. And they're just, because in general, narcissists like to blame everyone else for their problems. Oh, woe is me. My life is miserable. My life is shit. I'm stuck and this and that. And they like to blame everyone. So while they're playing the victim, they're blaming everyone else for their problems. I wouldn't be surprised if she blamed you for her and your stepdad.
No, I didn't erase it. IP erased it. He erased it on his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to get an interview with her. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely going to see this video. She's going to be like, you know what? I like MacMean. He's a narcissist.
In divorce. I would not be surprised on it. But a lot of the time, they don't stop.
I be thinking I'm a narcissist sometimes, though. I ain't going to lie. Really not, though. I don't know.
To think of, it's me. I have the problem. I'm the issue. I'm, how many people that you know are extremely narcissistic or just, are narcissists, and they're either in consistent relationships, like they're bouncing from relationship to relationship. Not every narcissist does this, guys, but a lot of them do. They bounce from relationship to relationship, or you have the other types of narcissists that don't last very long. So maybe their relationship may not be known, may not be public, may not be, but they go through a number of people. Okay, you have sexual narcissists. You have narcissists who don't do commitments. They just do, and it basically keeps them in control. I'm in control of my life. Okay, I don't do the commitment thing. They do it. You have the ones who do it just for show. And I've explained to you why they get in relationships. A lot of them get in relationships and get married and all of that because they want to appear normal. They want to appear normal to people because after a while, people will look at them and start questioning them, especially when they get older. They'll start asking questions. People will start saying, what's going, like, haven't seen you with anybody, you're not in a relationship with anyone, and usually, of course, their response would be, because it's everybody else, it's not them. Hey, bud, hey, baby. It's everyone else. It's not them. But the majority of the time, a lot of victims ask, what was the point? What was the point of getting into a relationship with me? What was the point of even bothering to, do all of this and make all these plans and just gas my head up and make me feel like we had a future together, we had somewhere to go, and you just completely do a whole 180 and then boom, you're just like, it's done. What was the point of all that? If you noticed in your dynamic, in your relationship with them, you constantly felt like you had to prove yourself. You had to prove yourself to them. You had to prove your loyalty to them. You had to prove your love to them. You had to show them that they were everything to you. You had to show them that, and even when, if they accused you of things or if their paranoia kicked in and they constantly were harping over you and, you would be like, yo, what is wrong with you? Why are you acting this way? Why would you think like that? Okay? You kept fighting to prove things. You kept fighting to keep yourself out of the fire. And it got to the point that you couldn't even sneeze without looking to make sure that it would not bother them, that it would not affect their mood, that it would not make them feel some kind of way or say something or get angry or whatever the case. And you're walking on those eggshells. You were walking on those eggshells and you were trying your best to basically, what you were doing, guys? You were trying to heal issues that you never brought to the table for them. The fact of the matter is that when you were dealing with them, these people,
hit that like button, you little puto.
People already had problems. Okay? Before you met them, they already had problems. They already had dysfunction.
Yeah, do me a favor, y'all. I need y'all to go subscribe to On and Lockout and Lions and Men. All right, as you were.
They already had issues. And listen, I'm going to tell you, and I'm on the boat with you. We all also had our own problems. We all had our own dysfunctions and our own issues. But we all just internalized everything differently. Okay? Did you blame them for your problems? Did you blame them for your issues? Were you giving them a hard time? Were you putting on your dysfunctions onto them? But they were doing it to you. They were doing it to you. And it's because of whatever deep-rooted issues they have, because you had a kind heart, because you were trying to be an open ear, you were trying to be the shoulder to cry on, you were trying to be all of these things. They saw your vulnerability. You were being vulnerable in your dynamic. They saw that as you are weak. Okay? Vulnerability to a narcissist equals weakness. Okay? It is weakness to them. And because they took your vulnerability as a weakness, they took your loyalty as a weakness. Because, listen, let's keep it 100 here, okay? If a narcissist was raised by a narcissist parent, dominantly by one narcissist parent, maybe both were narcissists, maybe one was a narc and one was an enabler, whatever the case may be. If their own parent was not loyal to them, but themselves, and they ingrained that in their child's mind, you being loyal to them is like, either you are really, and not to insult you, but I'm just basically kind of like just putting it out there, okay? Either you're really stupid, okay, to show loyalty to me, because ain't no loyalty in this world. Nobody is loyal to anybody, okay? Either you're real stupid or you bullshitting me, okay?
Ooh.
Those are the two main components. My mom, my dad,
I like her.
whichever one is the manipulator, whichever one is the unempathetic one, whichever one is the emotionally avoided one who was selfish, was not loyal to me, and those are my parents. But you're being loyal to me, either you are really ignorant or you're trying to bullshit me. You're trying to play games with me. You're trying to play me. Okay? And that puts them on that defense. That paranoia kicks in. And throughout the entire...
Okay, man, I'm knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I think I got it. Let me get off of this, man. I'm going to rock with y'all later on tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Just want to check in. You know what I mean? I ain't mean to stay this long. I'm out. Yo, Izzy, I hope everything go better for you. You know what I'm saying? You already know my line. Call me. You know what I mean? Zay, I appreciate you, brother.